guys, it's Jessie. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video and welcome back to another one of my seasonal TBRs. So I started doing this last season, I guess last quarter in spring, and I thought it'd be fun to do another one for summer. And I'm basically going to be taking you through a bunch of books that I have hopefully plans to read this summer. I'm doing it slightly differently to what I did last time, and I'm going to be sharing with you 4 books that I have solid video plans for, 4 that I just want to kind of get around to if I can. And then I also thought it'd be really fun if we randomly generated 2 off of my physical TBR wheel on my phone, and I had to kind of work them in as well. I thought that'd be quite fun. I will say I did read 2 books off of my spring TBR, and one of them I didn't even technically read in spring, so I am going to make a bigger effort for this month to read more books off of this TBR. I'm thinking of maybe doing a challenge type reading vlog either at the end of this season or maybe towards the end of the year, where I just try and read everything that has been on a TBR. So don't worry, even if I don't read these books in this season, which I am really trying to do, I will still be making a solid effort to get to them, so it won't be forgotten. So yeah, without further ado, I think let's just get straight into it, and let's start off with the books I have solid video plans for. So this one was a little bit tricky because a lot of my videos have been pushed back recently because I was kind of a bit slumpy at the end of April, start of May, and then also I kind of did a lot of mood reading to kind of get out of that slump, which meant I did push back a couple of my video plans. So I did find 4 that I am planning on reading this season, but also a lot of my ones off my previous TBR that were for specific videos, those videos have been pushed back into the earlier summer months, so those also play into effect. So first things first, I do actually have one on my Kindle, and that is Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. So this one is the first in her spin-off from the Dreamland Billionaires series, and I believe this is the Lakefront Billionaires or something like that. So this is basically a childhood friends to strangers to lovers type of romance, I believe. I think they both grew up in this town, and the girl moves away and then has like a career issue or like a breakup of a marriage or something, moves back, and they're kind of together for the summer doing construction jobs, I think, together. I think she's like an interior designer type of thing, and I think there might be a TV show involved, I'm not too sure. But here's a billionaire, and it's like a classic romance. It is like 500 pages long, which is hefty, but I did quite enjoy the Dreamland Billionaires series when I read them. I didn't love the Dirty Air series quite as much. I found them a bit cringy, but I am excited to see what Lauren Asher can do with her next release. My Kindle stickers, please ignore, they're all fallen down and I need to actually take them in. It looks kind of terrible right now, so ignore that. But yeah, I am really looking forward to this. I've heard mixed reviews. I know a lot of people say it doesn't need to be as long as it is because it is like 500 pages, but other people also really love it and it's their favourite and a 5-star. So I am excited for it either way. This is a video that should hopefully be coming at the end of June, start of July maybe. We'll see how well I do with that, but I am very excited. And this and 2 books that were on my spring TBR form the TBR for this video, so hopefully it will be good. A lot of people have enjoyed these books, hence why I'm reading them for that video. A little cheeky hint for you guys. Next up we have another romance. This one is actually for a different video. It's for a romance related video that I'm excited for, and this one is super summery to me. Love Redesigned, I feel like lake summer vibes, and this is following the exact same trend of summer vibes, and it is Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. So I read Every Summer After, I think around near when it came out actually, and I really enjoyed it. I heard this one get mixed reviews, but from what people have issues with, I often don't really have issues with in fiction. If you know what I'm talking about, I want to point out fictionally I sometimes don't really have an issue with it where other people do, and I'm really looking forward to this. I believe this is a kind of then and now childhood friends to strangers to lovers, which is one of my favourite tropes, and I actually have reasonably high expectations for this. I'm making sure to read this one before I read her new release because I don't want to have tons and tons of books by the same author set on my TBR, because I might not enjoy this one and then it will put me off, you know what I mean? But I'm really excited for this one. The cover is just stunning. I'm really excited. I think I will really enjoy this. It's also not too long. It's like 300 pages pretty much, so it definitely shouldn't be too long to read, and I really enjoyed her first book, so I'm excited for this one and hopefully it is a fun time. Then we have one that I hauled really recently and I'm super duper excited for. I'm going to be reading this one this month and I'm very excited. That is Shark Heart, A Love Story by Emily Herbeck. This one, you've probably heard me talk about it more than once if you are watching multiple videos on my channel, but this is about a newlywed couple where the husband gets a kind of condition that's uncommon but familiar in this world, where he ends up turning into a great white shark. So I think it's going to be kind of very much about love and very sad and about humanity, but like also maybe a little bit hopeful. That's kind of the vibes I'm hoping to get. Certain parts of this, like chapters, are very short and like written as half of a page, and then there's other parts that are written kind of like as a script almost, so I'm very excited. I definitely think it will be quite a quick read, but I think this is such a gorgeous cover. The flowers and stuff give me very summery vibes, as well as this colour palette, so I'm very, very much looking forward to this one, and I'm excited to read it this month, potentially in my next reading vlog actually. So yeah, very, very excited. And then I finally have this one, which isn't necessarily a summer book to me. It's super long, it's 600 pages, but to be fair, it actually looks longer in the book form. I've not read anything by this author previously, but she's a very well-known author, and this is a book for a video where I'm going to be kind of testing out my taste with this genre and things like that, and I am excited. And the book I'm about to show you is Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. So definitely a little bit of a rogue one for me, but I actually have the hardback of this because it's gorgeous, and I got it for half price in the like Boxing Day Waterstone sale. I think it's absolutely stunning. I love the red and the gold. I think it looks gorgeous when it catches the light. I don't know anything about this. It says one was raised to rule, one was trained to die. Welcome to the Chronicles of Castellane. So yeah, I know nothing about it. Two outcasts have the power to change everything, but will they grasp the hands of destiny? You know what? I think maybe I just will go into it blind. I'm excited for it. I believe it's a romance, fantasy romance. I'm not too sure. Who knows? But I think I'm gonna have a fun time with it. I hope. She's a very popular author, and I haven't read her other series, the Shadowhunter series, yet. Even though I do have the first 4 in that series on my TBR, but this is like less commitment because obviously there's only 1 out in the series so far. I don't know how many there is going to be, but I'm very much looking forward to it. It's got a blurb by George R.R. Martin on the front, which is quite impressive. So yeah, looking forward to this one. A little bit nervous because of the length, but I believe her writing is reasonably approachable, so hopefully I won't have too much of a hard time with it. So that is our final one of the books I have designated reading plans for, and I know I will definitely be picking up in the summer months if everything goes to plan with my video schedule. Next, let's move on to ones that I just want to read that give me kind of summer vibes. Okay, well, one of these doesn't give summer vibes, but I feel like I do want to read it in the summer because I feel like it'll be fun, and we'll go in with that one first. So this is one of my newest books on my TBR, and this was a gift from Connor, and I have put The Drift on my summer TBR. Yes, it is set in the snow. It's set in the snow in the winter, but I do quite like a fun, fast-paced thriller in the summer, and I think it was Meg with Books that said this about this book, that she likes reading kind of like opposite season books in their opposite seasons, do you know what I mean? And I think she was talking about this one when she spoke about it. I think I would just have a fun time with it. Like, to be fair, it's June and I'm wearing a jumper. Like, it's cold in the UK at the moment. We're going through like the opposite of a heat wave, and it's a bit terrible. So I mean, this kind of does almost appropriately match the weather, which is ridiculous. But I think this is just gonna be a super fast-paced one. I can imagine sitting in the sun, a bit tentative here at the moment, and binging through this. Like, it's a good like beachy read, I feel, a thriller. So yeah, I'm very much excited for this one, and I'm just very excited for it, so I just wanted to put it on a TBR just because. So sorry, maybe not, but definitely one I'm hoping to get to soon. The rest of these are summer vibes, I think. Then we have one I've actually had on my TBR for a while, and I was interested in it, and then I kind of forgot about it, and now for some reason I saw it. I think it was when I did my whole physical TBR video, and I was like, actually, I'm very interested in that one. I'm going to move it up kind of my mental TBR into a higher priority spot, I guess. Not that it's really ranked in my head, but just like, you know, there's certain books you look at and you're like, oh, not right now, and other ones you're like, oh, I actually want to get to quite soon. That's how I feel about One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. The cover gives proper summer vibes. I think the kind of orangey blue sky type of colours, and I believe this is about a woman whose high school sweetheart she's still dating, and he goes away on a trip and disappears, and then I think like years later, I don't know how many years later, she's moved on, she's got a new husband, like everything's fine, and then he comes back and he's like, I've been gone, but like I've loved you this whole time, like we're still together in my mind, blah blah blah. So she's got to choose between her fiance and her husband, which is a bit nuts, and I think it's just meant to be a really good story. I've read a couple Taylor Jenkins Reid books. I've read Seven Husbands and also Daisy Jones, and I enjoyed both of those, so I'm really excited to give this one a go. I've heard it's pretty popular. I know people very much like it. I think people cry in this, but I'm very, very excited for it, and yeah, I think it'll be a fun, entertaining read. It's only about like 320 pages, so it shouldn't be too long either, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I've got like a newly found excitement for it randomly, even though I got it like 2 years ago. Then we have one that screams summer to me, I think partially because of the edition I have, and that is Across the Line by Simone Sultani. I hauled this recently, and this is the Gorgeous Works Sprayed Edges edition. This is a Formula 1 romance, and I know the Formula 1 season, at least now, stretches almost the whole year, but it does scream kind of like summery vibes to me. And also I believe the inciting incident for this takes place in Monaco, which is like a very sunny summer place to me, in my head at least. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. This is, like I mentioned, a Formula 1 romance, and I believe it's like a brother's best friend type of vibe, which sounds so much fun. I'm really looking forward to this. I think I'm gonna have the best time. I'm very excited. It sounds like my perfect book, and she's just so cute. Like, look at her and look at him. Again, I've said before, it's literally Carlos Sainz. Is this not Carlos Sainz fan fiction? And I will eat that up. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a hater, I'm a lover of fan fiction to my core, and that is just who I am. So anything that kind of even like one of us famous vibes, love it, eat it up, perfect. So I'm very much looking forward to this one. I can't wait, and I really hope I can fit it into a video because I have kind of high expectations. I'm really hoping to love it. And then finally, another summer book that I don't quite have set plans for, but I do want to pick up. This one's had quite mixed reviews, but it is like a summery thriller, and like I said, I enjoy a thriller in the summer. The Fury by Alex Michaelides is set on like a Greek island. So I did not enjoy The Silent Patient. I haven't read The Maidens, but I do own it, and this one I picked up in a charity shop for like £2. It's like a brand new release, which was crazy to me, but I am tentatively excited about it. I believe it's told direct to reader, which I love, and then it's a murder mystery set on a private Greek island. So I feel like it's very much giving summer vibes, but yeah, I'm a little bit nervous just because I know a lot of people haven't enjoyed it. It's got like a 3.5 on Goodreads, which is pretty low, but like I hated The Silent Patient and everyone loves it, so maybe the opposite will be true and people won't love this and I will. Who knows, we'll see. But either way, I do want to get it read this year, because if I don't read a new release this year and it's got quite bad reviews, I probably will just put it off forever. So I need to read it while at least there's like the hype factor around it, whether it be negative or positive. At least there's some buzz which is drawing me to it, do you know what I mean? Otherwise, like in a year's time, why would I want to read a poorly rated thriller from an author that I haven't liked before, do you know what I mean? So I am hoping that I will enjoy this one. We will see. So now is the fun part. Well, I mean, I hope the whole video was really fun for you guys, but we're going to generate 2 books off of my physical TBR wheel, and we're going to read them this summer. Hopefully I'm going to try and fit them in the best that I can, and if not, I will make a very strong effort to read them in at least some video this year, but in the summer pretty much. So I will say I'm not going to be including books that are already on this TBR, obviously, if they come up, and also if I get a book in a series, I'm just gonna ignore it altogether. I'm not gonna like try and do like the first one in the series. I'm just gonna ignore it unless it's the next one that I have to read. Does that make sense? So yeah, here we have my little wheel. You can see there's a lot of books on here, so let's spin it and see what we get. I'm a little bit nervous. What is that? The Dare. Okay, that's fun, that's interesting. That's one that has been on my radar recently. Because I'm like sat squished in by my bookshelves, I will do the second roll now, and then we'll grab both of them and I'll chat about them. So firstly we have The Dare. I believe that's by Leslie Cara. And then, oh god, it's blurry, you can't even see. What does it say? Okay, I know that didn't focus initially, but we do also have The Switch by Beth O'Leary, which I feel is Christmassy. If that's Christmassy, I will pick another one, but if it's wintry, I will allow it. Do you know what I mean? So let me grab those and we'll have a chat about them. Okay, so we have both books here now. I believe this one isn't Christmassy. I think it's just a regular romance, but I was thinking of The Holidays. It's got a very similar plot, and that's obviously a Christmas movie, but I don't think this one is. So whilst I'm holding it, we'll talk about this first. So I believe this is pretty much the plot of The Holiday, but not Christmas themed. So it's like a 2-month life swap type of situation of people that just aren't happy with their lives, and then they fall in love with people in the other person's life, and then there's conflict about that, I presume. So I think this should just be a very fun kind of like heartwarming little romance. I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's not one that was high up on my radar. Anything on this shelf is not on my radar whatsoever because it is blocked off by my beanbag, but it's definitely one that I own. It's one that I got from a charity shop a while ago. It's definitely an old one on my TBR as well. I think these both are actually ones that have been on my TBR from like 2022 or before, I think. So this is like a fun little romance. I definitely think I should be able to fit this into a video. Then we have The Dare by Leslie Cara, which is a thriller. I've had this one on my radar a little bit just because it is pretty short, I believe. So it's about 350 pages, but the text on the page is like absolutely massive. And I have thought about reading this in a couple of readathons because like when I look up audiobook length, this one's actually pretty short. So I think it's going to be quite a fast-paced read. This one is one that I think both my parents have read, and I think it's like there was an accident when they were teenagers and now she's coming back and realizing that like someone's targeting her and like something is going to come out about it or something like that. So I think it's just like a classic little thriller. I'm definitely looking forward to this. This will be a fun time as well. So 2 pretty different vibes there, but definitely a fun time. So yeah, I really hope you guys did enjoy this video and are excited to see all of the videos that do come out with these books. I really hope I do better this season than I did last time, but who knows. Anyway, I really hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, don't forget to give it a like down below, hit subscribe and turn on the bell to join a little club. Make sure you turn on all notifications, then you'll be notified every single time I post a new video. And if you want to watch one of my other videos. There'll be 2 on the screen now to pick from, as well as a load linked up in the cards from earlier. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!